painful relationships in the past, but sometimes letting go of them and moving on is easier said than done. Here to help us put the past behind us, please welcome author Sonia Ricotti. How are you, Sonia? So great to see you. All right, so basically you're saying that we have to unleash the past, move on to have a happy life.
That's right.
So why do we have to unleash that?
Well, because what happens is if you really want to be happy in life, you need to feel good, right? Mm-hmm. And so what happens is if you're holding on to negative experiences from the past, you're not feeling very good because you're feeling that icky feeling inside, you know, thinking about the negative things that have happened. And in order to really be able to live your greatest life and be happy and achieve inner peace and attract all those beautiful things into your life, you need to feel good.
Okay,
because you're generating positive energy.
Why is the past so important to us? Why do we do that to ourselves?
Well, because the past, for us, the past is real. It's really not real, you know that, right?
Okay, so you know what, to me, I live a lot in the past. I have for many years in my life, and I still continue to do it. And I do relive it as if it's happening to me right now.
Right.
Because the same emotions that I felt back then are reoccurring in my body.
Do you know why?
Why?
Because it's only existing in your head. And we actually walk around thinking that it's real. And it's not real, it's history. It's like reading a history book and reading about World War I, World War II, my breakup with Joe, you know, like it's just part of history. Except we replay it in our minds over and over and over again and think it's still real. And we're holding on to that, which is not good because it's not real, it's in the past.
So you're replaying all of this negativity again. You know, it happened to you once, you're replaying it again. Does that mean you're going to attract more negativity?
Well, because the law of attraction means like attracts like. We're all made out of energy, and whatever you put out into the universe is what we get back. So if you're not feeling good and you're being negative and you have negative thoughts, whatever you send out, you're going to get negative things, people, situations attracted back into your life. You don't want that.
No.
And so when you're thinking of the past and all the things that have happened to you in the past, whether it's as a child, as a teenager, as an adult, relationships, divorce, loss of job, all those things, and you're still holding on to it, you're generating negative energy. And so what happens is you're going to get more of the same coming back to you. So you really need to be able to let that go, completely unleash it, to be able to just have an open, clean slate in front of you that anything and everything is available to you.
So the first step is to find out, to realize that the negativity that you've lived, the negativity that you're bringing back into your life, is going to bring negativity. So you know that.
Right.
So now what do you do when you know that? How is it hard to start just saying no and closing the door in the past? What can we do to do that?
The first thing you need to do is become aware. Become aware that you're actually doing that. Okay. We do that every day. Yeah. We do that every day. And what happens is, if you really want to be happy today, you do need to let go of those negative experiences, because we take those negative experiences and bring it into the present. Mm-hmm. And it affects our present, and it even affects our future. So think about a relationship, for instance. So let's say I was in a relationship and I was cheated on and not treated well, and now he was a jerk. Mm-hmm. And then I'm like, I'm ready to find my true soulmate now.
Right.
And then what happens is I end up going to a party and I meet somebody, and he's my soulmate. The universe sent me my soulmate.
Right.
But what's going on in my head? I'm holding on to the past. I'm thinking, well, yeah, he's pretty attractive. Yeah, well, I bet you he's going to hurt me like the last one did.
Oh, Lord, yeah.
You know,
So
and you're thinking all these negative things. He's probably a jerk. He's nice now, but he'll probably be a jerk.
That's what we call self-sabotaging, sister.
That's right.
Take him home and make him happy. Do not think about Joe Blow from the past. Is that what you're saying?
That's what I'm saying. So just becoming aware of that, because what happens is you're affecting your present. So here you have your soulmate. You're thinking all these things from the past that have happened, and then you just sabotage the relationship, and you had your soulmate and you just pushed him aside, or you sabotage the relationship, and guess what? You affect your future too, because that was your soulmate. You could have lived happily ever after.
But what are we going to do with Joe Blow in the past? Like, what do you just forgive him for all the things that he did and move on and say, hey, happy peace to you, you're going to be fine, I'm going to be fine, it's over, door closed, move on.
Yes.
Hi, Joe, or hi, Bob. You know, I mean, do you just forgive him?
Well, it's not that easy to forgive.
I think so. I don't like to forgive. No, but do you have to forgive?
Well,
everybody that did something bad to you?
Yes.
You do.
Yes.
You just have to do it.
You know why? Because not forgiving is like drinking rat poison and expecting the rats to die.
Explain that one to me, God.
It's like
drinking rat poison.
Not forgiving.
Not forgiving.
It's like drinking rat poison.
It's like drinking rat poison.
And expecting the rats to die.
Oh.
So what happens is you're holding on.
I still don't get it, by the way. I'm kidding, I do.
Okay, so what that means means is you're only killing yourself when you're not forgiving.
You're right. Okay. Because that pain is in you, not in them.
And we think we're holding on and we're hurting that person by holding on. We're not. That person couldn't care less.
That person's moved on, has got 3 kids and a nice house.
Exactly.
They don't care about you anymore. You're the one that's in pain,
and
right?
What's happening is you're generating negative energy when you're doing that because you're not forgiving, you're not feeling good. So it's important to release that. And let's face it, in every single negative situation that we've been in, we've learned something from it, we've grown from it, and we can find a silver lining in that cloud. And that's what we need to look for, is that silver lining and what made us, what you learned from that experience, and then be thankful, because that's putting you in a different frame of mind.
So basically, look at the negative experience, say, I've learned something from it, I've grown from it. So instead of looking at it with hate and hurt, look at it with love and say, thank you so much for giving me this lesson that I've learned today. You hurt me, now I know better about myself. Am I learning?
Yes.
Am I learning? Is that working? Am I saying the right thing?
Exactly. And the thing is, you're changing your interpretation of what happened.
Okay.
Right? Because all of a sudden you're seeing the positive side of what happened. And that's really important if you really want to be happy in life and really let go of all those negative things in your past, is start looking at the situation in a different light.
Look at it in a different light. Look at it in a different light.
Right.
You can choose your happiness.
You can.
We can choose our happiness,
yes,
right?
Yes, you can. And so, for instance, I'll give you an example. If you have you can have two people in the exact same situation, and then what happens is they interpret it a different way. So if you have Samantha, who worked for ABC company for 10 years, and then you have Linda, who worked for ABC company for 10 years, and they both got laid off. And then Samantha calls her husband and says, oh, I can't believe it, they never appreciated me, they're awful here, you know, and then... Negative, yeah. And then Linda picks up the phone and says, hon, you won't believe what happened, I got laid off today. And kind of laughs about it, says, you know what, now I can find the job that I really, really want. This is just what I needed.
That's the best way to look at it.
The same situation, two different interpretations, we do that all the time. And so you might as well, if we're going to make it up to be positive.
Make the choice and make the positive choice. Forget the negative. Anyway, you have a fantastic book. It's called The Law of Attraction, plain and simple. And everybody in the audience is going home with this, but I want everyone to go out and get this. Thank you so much for being here. Fantastic.